Alabama's WVUA News at 5 with your award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Terry Brewer, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Coming up in home team weather, very hot across the deep south this afternoon. Also rain-free. Is there any rain in the forecast? Talk about and how hot it's going to get by your weekend plans. Home team weather straight ahead. Stay with us.
Some laundry products are looking more like candy than detergent to some children. We'll let you know how to protect your kids from eating these laundry pods and what's happened to children who have. Also, big changes are headed to college football's Bowl Championship Series. WVUA's Gary Harris will have all the details. And we're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. First up tonight, we have a warning about those new ultra-concentrated laundry detergent pods. Poison control officials say local children are swallowing the pods, and that's becoming an issue in West Alabama. The details are in our top story at 5 o'clock. The director of the Alabama Poison Center, John Fisher, says he's gotten numerous calls about children ingesting the detergent pods. Bright colors and the shape of the container are leading children to believe the pods are candy. Fisher says if they're ingested, the pods can cause vomiting and also lead to serious respiratory problems if the child isn't treated immediately. Fisher says the company is working to change the problem.
Manufacturers are voluntarily moving to containers that don't look so much like candy containers and or have multi-step closures that are meant to, if not keep kids out, at least delay them long enough for caretakers to see what they're doing.
And Fisher reminds parents to keep toxins out of reach and sight of small children. If you would like more information, you can call the Alabama Poison Center 205-345-0600.
If you shop at the Bruno's in Tuscaloosa, listen up. Big changes are planned for that grocery store chain. Bell Foods of Birmingham has announced plans to purchase some Food World, Bruno's, and Piggly Wiggly stores from their current owner, Southern Family Markets. The chain announced last week that the pharmacy at the McFarland Boulevard Bruno's location would close today, but the full effects of the buyout have not been announced. Still, customers are encouraged to transfer their prescriptions to other pharmacies.
Today marks 14 months since the April 27th tornado tore through Tuscaloosa County. Today there are visible signs of recovery. The area near 15th Street and McFarland Boulevard has seen significant growth over the past several months. Express Oil Change and Hokkaido have made big leaps in rebuilding, and Schlotsky's Deli has recently broken ground on its new location. Tuscaloosa Mayor Walt Maddox says residents will also see changes for city services that were impacted by the storms.
Many of these projects will not take place all at once. I mean, many of these projects will be staged over the next 24 to 36 months before they're initiated. The first few facilities that you'll begin to see is the Environmental Services Department, the city's logistic building, the East Police Precinct, and Fire Station 4. Those are going to be some projects that we hope to begin by the close of this calendar year.
Maddox says rebuilding slowly over the next 2 to 3 years will increase the vibrancy of the city and improve future projects. I know that's a big sign of hope for people in the Tuscaloosa area, seeing that growth, at especially such a high-profile area as McFarland and 15th Street.
When you drive by, there's something about driving by, and when you see that things are better, it just makes you feel good, makes you smile. We sure need it here at this 14th month mark.
Absolutely, a long way to go, and of course, you know, making sure that we don't forget people out there still making it through the recovery process. Lots of folks out there.
Long process.
On a different note,
a big shakeup in the world of college football. A true playoff system officially on the way now.
That's right. WVUA Sports Director Gary Harris joins us now with more on what this will mean. Gary.
Well, thanks, Lynn and Terry. A large portion of college football fans have been screaming for a playoff system since the BCS was created 14 years ago. Those fans are about to get their wish. A committee of university presidents has approved the BCS commissioner's plan for a 4-team playoff to start in the 2014 season. The move completes a 6-month process in which the commissioners have been working on a new way to determine a college football champion instead of simply matching the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country in a championship game after the regular season. The way the Bowl Championship Series is done, since 1998. The new format will create a pair of national semifinals. Number 1 will play number 4. Number 2 will play number 3. The winners will advance to the national championship game. Now, the semifinals will be rotated among 6 bowl games, which have yet to be determined, while the national championship game will be bid out to cities similar to the Super Bowl. The teams will be selected by a committee, much the way the NCAA basketball tournament field is set. Now, there are still some details to work out, but all the decision makers are on board, and we're going to have a playoff in 2014. Lynn and Terry?
All right, thank you, Gary. Well, on your Home Team Crime Watch, you can help fight crime. Information you have may be the missing link of information law enforcement needs to catch a suspect. Here is this week's Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted.
Hello, my name is Ted Sexton, the Sheriff of Tuscaloosa County. Thanks to your help and WVUA, we have 4 captures in this week's Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted. Dustin Denton was arrested on a charge of burglary in the first degree and other charges. Jeremy Smith was arrested on failure to comply with the Sex Offender Notification Act. Cornelius Washington was arrested on robbery in the second degree, and Michael Milks was also arrested on failure to comply with the Sex Offender Notification Act. Again, thanks to your help, that makes 399 captures. Now, we need your help this week in finding more of Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted. Joseph Lee Osborne is wanted on the charge of kidnapping in the second degree. He's a white male, 23 years of age, 5'9", 150 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes. Last known to be living on Hollifield Road in McCullough. Anthony Jeremy Allen is wanted on unlawful distribution of controlled substance and other charges. He's a black male, 35 years of age, 6'1", 270 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, and was last known to be living on 11th Street in Tuscaloosa. Terrence Antonio Dixon, wanted on charge of robbery in the first degree and other charges. He's a black male, 25 years of age, 5'6", 250 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, and last known to be living on 40th Avenue in Tuscaloosa. If you have any information on these as well as others wanted by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, please call us at 205-464-8672 or go to our website at www.tcsoal.org. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And working together, we'll continue to make Tuscaloosa County a safer place to live.
On your Health Watch tonight, it is National HIV Testing Day. Health officials estimate about 1.1 million Americans are infected with HIV, but as many as 20% don't even know they carry the virus. The Centers for Disease Control says people between the ages of 16 and 64 are at the highest risk for HIV infection. West Alabama AIDS Outreach is making it easy for people to know their HIV status. Today they held a free testing day at Monash Park in hopes to get more minorities tested. Event organizers told us it's a way to beat the typical thoughts of who is most at risk.
The more people that are willing to do that and tell their friends they did it, get their friends invested, the less that stigma really sticks anymore. And then the people that really need to be tested will come get tested. And it'll be something that we talk about very easily within mainstream culture.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is offering free tests at drugstores in 24 cities and rural communities. Water pollution along the Alabama Gulf Coast might still be on many people's minds after that Gulf oil spill back in 2010.
But the Natural Resources Defense Council has some findings that might ease your mind as the 4th of July holiday is approaching. The NRDC takes water samples from more than 3,000 beaches across the nation. When a beach exceeds the council's expectations, it receives a 5-star rating. On the list for 2011 are public beaches at Gulf State Park and Gulf Shores. Gulf Shores rated 6th on the list. The other beaches on the list include Newport, Huntington, and Bolsa Chica beaches in Southern California.